Oh yes. A lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we supper. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future. This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey. Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey. Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my my country, my home, the only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home, the only place I...
Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Welcome down to Livewire. It's really great to be here with you. It's the 10th of January, 2024, and we're pushing through, moving pretty fast, 10 days into the new year already. And trouble. Morning to everybody on the live here. Ganesh Bharat, Prem Prasad joining us from New York. Dial Suk Ram. Good morning to you, brother. I trust you had a good evening at work. Get some rest. You know you got to go back to it again this evening. Good to see you here on the live. Good morning to you. Happy New Year, Dial. Mohammed Yusuf, morning to you. Tulsi Ram Chetty, big up yourself, morning. Tulsi Ram, you sent me something yesterday. Let me check and see what it was. As I said, I was going to comment on it today. Right, but by the time not loading, oh, right. Yeah, Tulsi Ram. So I saw that. I'm gonna comment on that today. Morning to you, Pam Singh. Leroy Mangal, morning to you. Joining us from NYC. Cecil Ram Prasad, Sherwin C. Ram, Neil Ram Lakan. Another one joining us from NYC. Big up all the Guyanese joining us here from the diaspora. It's really great to see that you guys are over there, but you're still interested in what's happening in your country. But more so, big up the Guyanese across the length and breadth of Guyana. Those who are here, we are seeing more than what is being portrayed in certain quarters, and we are progressing, and we are moving away from the kind of division that some people try to cause between us. And as I listen to one of the senior persons who would advise me sometimes, we can't give certain prominence to certain people, but still we need to address certain things. We can get into it. I mentioned yesterday, I should say, the new video, the update by the People's Journalist, and we will look at that in a few. Derek J. Paul, morning to you. Vida Ram Karan, Asif Hamad, Chris Romano, Aliyah Mohammed, Lynette Cornelius, good morning to you. And it's raining in Linden. The rain probably jarring out Charm Solomon and he worries out in here. So let the rain fall in Linden, right? Lynette, we need to jarry the thing there in Linden, the town council. So probably it's the jarry water falling on the town council, so they might get sent soon. Big up yourself, Prasad Party. Happy New Year to you. Romano, I am not making any pronouncements on the minister's budget. When it come out, we gonna know the amount. Big up to Mr. Daniel Gadji on the live. Bon dia, amigo. Thank you for teaching me that little Portuguese there. Mr. Gadji, very good man. Very, very good individual, businessman. And he has been doing well back in Georgetown with his family. Happy to see you on the live. Please say good morning to the wife. And make sure Gio get up. The boy to sleep late. I don't know wrong with you. The boy is trouble. Mohammed Rafiq, morning to you. Raj is IT specialist, and he goes around, as I would have told you guys before, he goes around to train youths, adults, and those persons who are interested in upgrading themselves in relation to IT about ICT and that kind of thing. So big up yourself, Raj. Continue the good work. Miss Ramcharan, good morning to you. Rennie Prasad, good morning to you. Who else we got here? Lash P in the building. Jasmine Baldio, good morning to you. Mukesh Vishnudat, morning to you. Keith Adams. Clifford Bangaroo, good morning to you. Sally Jones, big up yourself. Happy to have you here. Rowena Lal, Vera Badar, Arjun Jawar, Arjun, morning to you. Ronald Martindale, morning to you. Sean Jainarain, morning to you, brother. Thank you for the support. Joe Nabijan in the building, joining us from Canada. Desiree Biong, good morning. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing the live. Who else we got here? Paul Spencer, of course. And I see Sean Jainarain. I think I called Sean already. David Waru, Moonshine Matadial. Okay, Moon and Shine. Morning, Maureen Razio. Taris Brian, always happy to have you here. And Hill Gita Narain. Wow. Thank you for being here. Princess Naku, morning to you as well. So guys, couple of things we need to deal with today. And I realized something after doing some reflection yesterday. It's like I get into abusing mode and I don't like it. I need to revert to updating you guys on projects, plans, policies being implemented by this government, and then throwing a little bit to the abusing in there in between. So I have been feeling you guys, and I will endeavor to do better, right? But first of all, I got abused a little bit this morning because I don't like certain stupidness. And as y'all would know, I think I touched on this yesterday. Miss Bob, TikTok auntie, arrived with another Guyanese who's claiming that she was disenfranchised in some sort of way. Shout out to Shakila Bridgelal. Morning to you. Happy New Year. Happy to have you here. Right? So TikTok auntie claiming that this lady get moved from a certain area, making racial insinuations in terms of why she was moved and all this other stuff. And I said yesterday, first of all, this woman, TikTok auntie, who I think the last time she was here was like 2 or 3 years ago when she was complaining about the trucks on the road and that kind of thing, doesn't have an understanding of what is really happening on the ground, right? Now, she claimed that this woman was issued a house lot, then somebody else get the house lot, and all this other nonsense. And we saw a release from the Ministry of Housing, again, clarifying what was actually happening. Now, what I was so happy to see is that the Ministry of Housing did not only release a statement, the Ministry of Housing also provided a map identifying where the lot was. You understand me? And physically went to the location to show that the house lot is there. Not a soul is building on it. You understand? And she has the ability to come and start to construct her home. Right? Now, just let me make you understand something. And some officials from the Ministry of Housing would have explained to me, because from reading the press release, it was clear, but I wanted to make sure I understood what was taking place. Now, remember, the government is opening new roads, opening new areas all over this country. So, okay, I didn't even want to use Monrepo. Let's use Perseverance, right? So that area there get opened up for house lots and whatnot. But persons living in the area up to where it would have ended before the infrastructure works would have started for the new scheme, that area is called Perseverance. So as you're clearing going back, persons might assume that the whole entire area there continuing is called Perseverance. Now, when you check with the registry, land registry, or wherever you need to check to get that information, that gazetted information, you might realize after surveying that, hey, indeed, Perseverance stops at where these house lots were previously, right? And this new area might be named Plantation de Endrat. Not saying its name, so I'm just using that as the area TikTok auntie use. So it's not necessarily that Perseverance and the Endrat miles apart from each other. It's not necessarily that Perseverance and the Endrat are two different class of communities. But when the information was sought, they realized the names are different. I must inform you as well that that lady, Auntie Alberta, I think her name was, did make contact with the Ministry of Housing, went and see her house lot, and has no issue. And I will endeavor to make some contact with Miss Albert and have her on the program so that the world could know that TikTok aunties are coming and she's wasting your time. So again, for anybody who felt or feel that TikTok auntie is your avenue for seeking redress, you're definitely wrong. And you should do like Auntie Alberta. Go into the Ministry of Housing with your issue and have them sort it out for you in the proper way. You understand me? TikTok auntie, Sherrod Duncan, David Hines, Mark Benchcop, Rickford Burke, none of these people can effect any sort of change in your life, bring about any sort of change in your life, betterment, nothing. Imagine 2015 to 2020, when they had the power and the opportunity to do that, bring change, bring betterment. You understand? A lot of things that they're talking about now, they didn't. But now in opposition, they see these things and want to highlight and want to listen, people, don't be fooled by this narrative. People like Melly Mel, TikTok Auntie, Sherrod, and them, all they are here to do is to mislead you. When you actually check what is happening on the ground, it is far from what they are saying. Rickford Burke hasn't apologized to the PNC people for lying to them about gun-toting men coming to serve him. Right? TikTok auntie apologize to Miss Lalbachan who sell out your land, coveting somebody else's land, and want Ministry of Housing to get your next piece of land. Right? And now she's taking Miss Alberta's story to jump on it. And look, anyway, I'm done with it. The Ministry of Housing has addressed it. This is the second time TikTok auntie has been found to be very misleading, not properly informed, and just generally stupid in her true form. Right? Moving on. Next, Mr. Tulsi Ram sent me a video yesterday. Now, Tulsi Ram Chedi. Now, this video is of the Apostle Nigel London, who has changed his name. I've noticed that. And I'm wondering if that's because he didn't get as much votes as he was expecting. So he disowning his Londoners. And when I say his Londoners, it got to be the Londoners that named London. You understand? Why would this apostle? Well, let me get it. Why would he change his name? What was the issue? Who you hiding from? Who you hiding from? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Right? So the apostle changed his name. And yesterday he was lamenting about a truck that broke down, or not broke down, but was turning on the Linden Suicide Highway to get into probably one of those areas where they're doing some construction. And it got stuck in the sand, right? People, listen to me. Imagine this truck gets stuck in the sand, and this man has decided to blame Jack Dio in the sand. So let me show you what's going on, right?
Road on the Suzak Linden Highway, a truck Look at the length of lumber on this truck. The law is that you only supposed to have 5 feet overhang. He got 20 plus feet.
So first of all,
Trying
indeed the law says so, right? But how we reach the Jack Dio? You understand me? How we reach the Jack Dio?
to turn here and it's stuck in the sand. On the highway, we have absolutely nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
This after 50 years of being an independent nation, you have one way in and one way out of a city.
Now, mind you, this PNC supporter here is talking about 50 years and one way in and out of to Linden, to and from Linden. I just want him to know you could get to Linden by river. I'm just saying. We don't have a public transport service there, but you could get there by river. So that's the next way to get to Linden. First of all, I done that. Moving on. No, listen. This here is wrong. The police should look into this because persons would have been inconvenienced. You understand? Right? But how is this Jaglio's fault? And where was Apostle London in the 5 years of the coalition government to tell them to build a new highway or build another access point for Linden? You understand me? Where was he to tell them to do this for Linden? So it's now he realized that they got one way in, one way out of Linden to access the capital city. He didn't know that when the Lindeners blocked the bridge, was burning up people's vehicle and truck and all kind of thing in Linden. He didn't realize that they had one way out, one way in to tell the coalition to fix it, get another access point. He didn't realize that. So now, this is Jagdio's fault, right? This is Jagdio's fault.
So, of course, you'll have vehicle traffic building up on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, I'm always the bad guy when I say things, man.
Yeah,
The
you
boasting
are.
of development. You can't find, for years I've been saying this, you have to have, just like the East Bank, multiple ways to get in and out of us.
So what years? Which year you start saying this? Which year you start saying this? You had access to Granger. You got access to Sharma Solomon, Deron Adams, Vanessa Kisoon, Aubrey Norton, Jorman Figueroa, Devin Sears, and these are Linden people who are prominent in the PNC, right? Why did you suggest to them to add 2 more lanes onto this highway?
Of any town or any city.
Uh-huh.
This is the only way you can drive to Georgetown. And look, this truck tried to turn. Not enough. So if you're traveling to Georgetown, you will be in for long. And if you're coming to Linden, you'll be in for a very long day because you cannot pass.
No, the purpose I'm showing you this here is to show you how hypocritical these people are. So you heard them say on this live that if you're coming from Georgetown, if you're coming from Linden, you cannot pass. That's the end of the day for you. We are 1 minute 35 seconds into this video. Now let me take you to 14 minutes into this video. So in less than 15 minutes,
something to them pull him out.
Less than 15 minutes, there's a vehicle here to remove this truck. Right? So we're 15 minutes now into the video. 16 minutes.
That's what it's 6-wheel drive.
So 16 minutes into the video. So he's there for 16 minutes on the highway. Right? Let's go back. So
at least he's off the road. Traffic.
At 16 minutes 56, this truck is removed from the road. So this hypocritical man who's parading as a holy man, and what does fret me is when these people who are in church or leading churches come forward with these lies. I like Rickford Burke, he shouldn't go to church at all. He lying and he ducking and doing other things that the church don't uphold. You shouldn't go to church, Ricky. God don't like that. So 16 minutes 56 in, this truck is out of the way, right? and persons can continue about their day. So he get blocked for about 15 minutes.
Traffic is flowing.
Right? So, folks, what was the issue here? What was the issue here? How is that Jagdeo fault? And again, I didn't want to waste y'all time to play it to this point. But in the video, y'all can check it. He abusing Jagdeo. Right? He abusing Jagdeo. Now, again,
Right?
traffic block for 15 minutes.
So we're gonna roll.
Again. People are moving again. Traffic is moving again.
Oh boy.
Mind you, he is out of his
Listen to me.
vehicle.
Foresight is everything in leading the nation. You cannot jog
Okay, sorry. I'm a
you in any sensible. Oh boy. Listen to me. Foresight is everything in leading the nation. You cannot jog you in any sensible year decide that you're going to, because the people give you the kind of leverage, you think you have the power for Guyana. You should never even.
So here, I try to understand, right, how we get from a truck stuck in sand blocking the highway to Jagdeo thinking he got power over Guyana. What going on here? You understand me? What's going on?
Even think in this day and age of having the same two lanes, just resurface it is stupid.
No, listen to this. Listen to this logic. No, the East Bank Highway had 2 lanes, right? There was massive traffic congestion on the East Bank. Massive traffic congestion on the East Bank. So, in the wisdom of the PVP government, they expanded it into 4 lanes. Now, at what point on the Linden-Soesdijk Highway, there is a need for a 4-lane? Whilst it might be great to modernize it to 4 lanes, is there congestion on the Linden-Soesdijk Highway that there is a need for an additional 2 more lanes to facilitate traffic? Is it like the East Coast Highway? Is it like the East Bank Highway that you have so much traffic that you need an extra lane to accommodate more vehicles? Right? No, it doesn't. You could literally drive the whole Linden Highway without any vehicle impeding your path. You understand me? Literally drive the whole thing. So it's not a case where they got traffic backed up along the Linden-Soesdijk, the Soesdijk-Linden Highway, that we need this addition. However, the Linden-Soesdijk Highway has started to fail infrastructurally. It has started to fail. You got waves all over the place and them kind of thing. So the government is resurfacing it. This idiot got a problem with that. Imagine that. Now, hear who he referencing. You understand? Hear who he is referencing in terms of comparing infrastructural work.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
What you need to do is to have 2 other lanes built, a 4-lane road at least. I could say 6 lanes.
6 lanes for what? 6 lanes going to Linden for what? You understand me? Even with all them vehicles on the highway there, the people blazing going to town, they need to slow down a little bit. You think adding 2 more lanes on the Linden-Soesdijk Highway will do what? Will do what? There is no traffic congestion on the Linden-Soesdijk Highway. You understand? There's no, for what? I'm trying to understand why you need 2 more lanes there. For what?
Because Guyana. Brainless, man.
I want to know about the brains of the PNC that did something similar to what he said. And this is why I call these people hypocrites. This man who ain't seen nothing happen in the community for 5 years. Everything that the government does is an issue. Where is the call center? They build a bridge, they build a road, everything he got problem with. I don't know how his family could stand here. I can't imagine this man as a father. You hear me? I can't imagine. It's like everything this man got a problem with. People tell me I am aggressive. What y'all would say about Apostle London? The man general. Oh God. Wow. So hear this here now. Hear this piece
So
here.
at least we got him to move.
Right? And he's saying that 18 minutes after he stopped saying that everybody who will be left and spoil because of this truck. 18 minutes after, he getting to move. So anybody who looked at that video and probably click off went away with the notion that the whole Linden Suicide Highway block off for the day with a big truck because of Jack Dio.
At least we got him to move. Can you hear me?
Yes, we could hear you. All the nonsense you're talking. I just want to get this Bournham piece out. Right?
Can y'all hear me?
I just want to get this Bournham piece out. And then we're going to move on from London. Right? Listen to this guy.
Let me show you what's happening. Look at the line of traffic from Georgetown. Look at the line.
It gonna move, don't fight up. No, look at these persons or viewers. If this was a daily occurrence on the Linden Suicide Highway, where you had traffic backed up, you understand me? I don't understand the call for 4 lanes. I don't understand the call for 6 lanes. This is not a regular occurrence. This has only happened because a truck broke down, got stuck in the sand along the highway. Right? So this is not every day you coming out to Linden or you're going up to Linden, you would run into this kind of traffic jam. This is a one-off occurrence that this man is portraying. Oh my God, look at the people. How long were people blocked from accessing the mining camp, the forestry claim? People who living along the Linden-Mabura Road, people who going to Letem, when the bridge they block off. And this is the foolishness I talk about.
Instead of that boy, Jack Dio. And process.
And again, right.
You know why? Because in his case,
the line just end, people. Right? The line just end. From 18 minutes 24.
Let me show you what's happening.
So, okay, let's say 18 minutes 25. You turn the camera around.
Look at the line of traffic from Georgetown. Look at the line.
Let's see.
Instead of that boy, Jack Dio. Process.
So listen, it take here about 22 seconds. 22 seconds. You hear me? 22 seconds to pass this line of all these inconvenienced people. This man need to come and drive on the East Bank. Well, not really anymore. The traffic has moved since we got Heroes Highway and thing. You understand? This is how they try to mislead. Was the issue here? What's the issue here? The line he talking about, look how far this canter man done pull in front. It mean people done pedaling down the highway.
Why? Because in his case, let me tell you all, as I'm headed down, let me tell you what this said of that boy, Jack
Bishop,
process. You know why? Because in his case,
look, and you see, watch. He got a piece of slow bore on the deer. I think they the bishop might be a horriblest. What is that there? What's that, bro? He look like he got a piece of slow bore now. What you doing there, Bishop? Look.
Okay, let me tell you, as I'm headed down, let me tell you what this fella is all about. When he has to come to Linden, the police, being what they are, will clear the whole highway for him to pass. And he doesn't have any legal right because he's not the president. So he has no legal jurisdiction of anywhere in Guyana. But still, he and the ministers could call and the police have to clear the highway for them. You're full of crap. They're basic public servants. They're no lords in Guyana here.
You know something? I listen.
I tell y'all, never want me to leave Guyana for 20 minutes in any day. Hell would break loose on all of y'all. Jagdeo does not have any constitutional right to have any major outriders and all kind of garbage.
The vice president ain't got a right for outright. Firstly, how we reach the outriders? That y'all looking at the video and we going through the process. How we even get the outriders now? You understand me? For those persons who just join us, shout out to Feroz Wahid, join us on the live. Big up yourself. Shout out to Fiona as well. Y'all be better than Marsha. She's a horrible person. Anyway, so like I was saying, how do we get to Jagdeo's outriders from truck carrying logs getting stuck in sand on the highway and his right to outriders? And look, where was he when Moses Nagomutu had the whole team behind him? Is now he know that they ain't got constitutional right? Let me remind you, if y'all don't know, the last PPP presidency before this one, the one before that. So I'm talking about Donald Ramutar presidency. I'm talking about Dr. Jagdeo's presidency. Ministers of government didn't have personal security. They had a driver and they used to do the thing. The coalition government brought in personal bodyguards, the security service, and extended that to ministers, right? It was for the president, vice president, prime minister. The PNC put that in place, this wretch London. And you must remember that. They put that in place, not the PPP, right? Earlier in the video, it spoke about some four-wheel drive trucks that drove around the logs. This wretch going on, like when the Granger's government was in power, they didn't have four-wheel drive trucks and Land Cruisers. It's across the board. It's literally bad mind and envy in this man here.
But when he wants to go to Linden, the police will be here, clear the whole highway because Jagdeo is coming. You have to have all kind of commander inform and all the foolishness.
He's the vice president of the country. He's the vice president of the country. How is that an issue? How is that an issue? If you would like that service, sir, you need to aspire to be better. You need to, firstly, you need more votes than you got at the LGE elections. So firstly, you need to convince even the people you live with to vote for you. Because there are more adults of voting age in your house that actually voted for you in the area that you contested in the LGE in Linden. So that's the first thing. You need to learn to rally support. Not just views on YouTube, but you need to learn to translate those views on YouTube and Facebook into votes, which you're not doing, right? So you don't have any PS, you don't got no manager or supervisor in public service riding around with outriders. You have an issue that the vice president has protection.
Or he'll get into our helicopter and fly into Linden.
So what? So what? So what? Granger fly with a helicopter. What's the issue? What is the issue here? How we reach from the lecture to helicopter now? Look, I want you to hear the born on peace side.
Because the road is too bad. You see how often at least coming to Linden helicopter now?
Event president using the helicopter.
There is no way that you're supposed to have this highway resurfaced. Build 2 other lanes, I would dare say 4 other lanes, have a 6-lane highway. Because when Brazil road is finished, this will become essentially a hub in this area, Lindenwood. And this highway becomes extremely important. But no, Some of you would ask me, how could I call Barrett billionaire? Some must I call him. Barrett has no sense leading the country. None. And in speaking to our highway, he spoke about, oh, we're going to resurface that thing. What the hell do you think you're talking about?
The Suzac Linden
This
Highway.
thing was built by Bonham. You, Barrett, can't name one highway that you ever built under your watch. One major highway that you built from scratch.
No, listen to me. Now think about it, right? Barrett Jagdeo is not the first president again. Barrett Jagdeo is not the first president again. Right? And what you are comparing in terms of building a major highway from scratch, which president, other than Bonham, who built the Linden Highway, right? Which president built any highway here from scratch after the fact? Infrastructure is there. Well, you could call it Heroes Highway, other than President Ali, right? So President Jagdeo, in his time, took the East Bank Highway and transformed it into what it is. He took the listen. Anyway, he transformed the East Bank Highway into what it is today. Which highway we could say? Which highway we could say that was built on the Granger? He built any highway? And that's the hypocritical nature of these people. You already Jagdeo and build no highway from scratch. He built Amelia's Ward from scratch. He built Block 22 from scratch. And that's what showing you. They could only talk about Bonham and infrastructure. And according to some people here, it's not even Bonham really built it. So Lance Henry telling me about some agreement in 1966. Lance, you got to give us more information. I got to do some research and come back to y'all. You understand me? Which highway Granger bill? Which highway Height bill? You understand me? And these people talking about people who build highway and them thing. You got to get away from here, Bishop. Apostle. Get away from here. Anyway, on to proper things. And what is government doing? Some of what is government doing, because we can't cover everything. Right? So, the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, they have been sharing grants to empower business, small business owners, entrepreneurs, right? So the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, through the Small Business Bureau, distributed more than 350 small business grants to owners of small businesses at the Architecture Conference Center. The disbursement was the first of a series of small business grants to be distributed to entrepreneurs nationwide, right? And Minister Onij Warren was there for that distribution. And she explained that there were many applications within the system, but the government remains committed with its promise to supporting small businesses. So in case you get this wrong, don't be disenchanted. Apply at the Small Business Bureau. Apply for your business, your grant at the Small Business Bureau. I see Vincent here from the West Side. I guess he got a grant. I'm glad. Differently abled persons are also being included, right? Now, Minister Walrond took the time to note that in 2023, the PPPC administration distributed almost 1,500 grants at a cost of 298 million. And this is a stark contrast to the 900 grants valued at 258 million that were distributed for the entire period of 2015 to 2019. Y'all understand what I just said here? Minister Walron's ministry for 2023 has distributed more grants than the coalition government or Mr. Gaskin. No, not Gaskin. Sorry. Take the back. Granger's son-in-law, man. Oh my God, what is my name? What Granger's son-in-law name, man? Somebody tell me in the comments, please. What Granger's son-in-law name again, man? The one who couldn't be the minister no more because he wasn't a Guyanese citizen. And you see what I'm telling you? Gaskin. Is Gaskin? Is Gaskin? I said just no, all right. Yeah, it's Gaskin. Dominic Gaskin. So, Granger's son-in-law, Gaskin, right? In his tenure, or up to when he was thrown out of the ministry because he wasn't a Guyanese citizen, or he held dual citizenship, or whatever it is, in his tenure, 2015, or here, let me just call it the coalition. During the tenure of the coalition, 2015 to 2019, even when they didn't care, take a mode, they distributed 900 grants valued at 258 million. 2023, last year, 1,500 grants in 1 year, almost 1,500 grants in 1 year at 298 million. And you telling me this government doesn't have the interest of young entrepreneurs and building Guyana at heart? Y'all can't be serious. Y'all can't. You understand me? How could you quote? And I bet you, R.B. Norton gonna jump at the press conferences, tours and hollow. We will give out more grants. We will make UG free. Everything that they could not do and did not do when they had the opportunity, they are coming to tell people now to give them an opportunity to do again. Foolishness. People aren't that daft to follow you, Aubrey. And I must add that yesterday I mentioned to you guys that there were 4 ministers of government in Kitty, right? 4 ministers of government in Kitty. Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, get that in there. Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, Charles Ramsey Jr., Minister of Labor, Joseph Hamilton, and Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister, Kwame McCoy. 4 of them there. Out of that meeting, 21 young Guyanese in Kitty are now engaged in training to be heavy-duty equipment operators. 21. And that's just one of the initiatives that will be kicked off for persons in that area. 21 persons are now not available for the coalition to call him to do foolishness on the road. 21 persons are now aware that they can upskill themselves and become a high-value commodity in this growing country where it needs operators. As we are building this country, they are now aware that they can upskill themselves for free, courtesy of the government of Guyana. Right? And none out of the 21 is not a minister's son or daughter, niece or nephew, a minister itself. You understand? Or anybody affiliated to the ministers, or president, or vice president, or prime minister. None of them. Average, regular Guyanese who want betterment for themselves, who want to stop lying on the corner, who want to stop tying up the face and doing stupidness when the PNC calling them. They want to go and sit down in a nice AC excavator and operate and get $10,000 to $15,000 a day. Right? They want the kind of money without having to jump on an XR and go in and rob somebody. And that's the kind of development that Guyanese youths want. Not the sing-song nonsense that coming out of the PNC with nothing to show for it. No plan whatsoever. Everything that you hear from the PNC now is what the government is currently doing. Every plan that they are saying they will do if they're voted back into office is what the government is currently doing, or what they copy from the PVP manifesto 2015 and 2020. When have you heard, other than the Bertram Collins College of Nonsense, not even properly locally recognized, they got no initiative? Those people killed the President Youth Award program. And I keep mentioning it. This year. Killed it completely. The President Youth Award has been instrumental in lifting the mentality of less fortunate Guyanese and bringing the down to earth those Guyanese who come, those young Guyanese from the program who come from the upper echelons of society. And that program used to create such, or it gelled those two ends of society here in Guyana, even persons from the middle class who are in there, gel them all together. So now, pre-2015, persons who passed through those programs, senior ranks in the Guyana Police Force, senior ranks in the Guyana Fire Service, senior ranks in the Guyana senior and junior ranks in the Guyana Defense Force, Guyana Police Force, Guyana Fire Service, Guyana Geology and Mines. You understand me? The Forestry Commission, people in public service, people like me come through that program. You understand me? And they run that into the ground to a point where Guyana lost its license to operate that award under the PNC. So even for youth development, and that program, it used to weed out the racial culture in Guyana, because you had Indians, Africans, Amerindians, Portuguese children, mixed children, everybody from 14 to 24, mixed race. Everybody, all the races of Guyana in that program. So when you come out of there, you had no issue with me like black people, or me like Indian people, or I ain't like Amerindian people. You had to go there and make it together as a group. And when you done there, you gain friends that were like family to you after the fact. You understand? That program was breaking that Afro-Indo nonsense that was going on in this country, so that the generations coming up after won't look to that foolishness. But you know what? They didn't want that. So they sent an idiot to run it, and he ran it into the ground. So it's no more now. And I will always be disappointed about that. I will always be disappointed about that. And thank you, Mr. Hill. The opposition will remain in the opposition for those actions and things like that. Back to development. So, the president was in Kitty, and now we have 21 youths engaged, already signed up, mind you. So the president was there less than a week ago. The ministers were there less than a week after. And less than a week after, the ministers there, 21 young people engaged in something meaningful. They also have block making and masonry courses that will be starting through the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport for persons interested in that as well. Right? So hats off to the government for doing what they had to do and making sure that these young people have another option other than waiting on the PNC to do something for them. And listen, I don't want to make this a black and Indian thing. I was there. The majority of the persons there were Afro-Guyanese. Right? The majority of the persons who attended the meeting and showed interest in signing up were Afro-Guyanese. And I dare say 95% of them had no idea that these courses were available to them, free of cost too. Right? So we see how these initiatives are impacting the youngsters. And I hope that more young people take this opportunity to get themselves upgraded. Right? So let's head over to Region 1. Now, the president was in Region 1 recently when he was doing his tour of Essequibo. Unlike Granger, unlike Aubrey Norton, unlike the PNC. So the leader of the opposition didn't have the balls. Well, it would be very disingenuous of me to say that the leader of the opposition don't have the balls. He got more than enough balls, but not the testicular fortitude. Because we know he got balls, but the testicular fortitude to take those balls and himself into the Essequibo region to talk to the people there. Right? To take himself into the Essequibo region to say to the soldiers, hey, you guys doing a good job. You guys are protecting us. You understand? We're happy. No. He decided to send a big fish into Essequibo to talk to Tusha, who need two knuckle, about people who running away from the village and thing. Tusha, all them people who run the village should tell them don't come back. You understand? All them people who run the village should tell them don't come back. Like he can go. So the president was in Region 1, and this bridge here was identified to him as an issue, right? This bridge here is at Matthew Ridge Flat in Region 1. And since he was there, the bridge has been completed and repaired, and this is what the people in Matthews Ridge have now at Matthews Ridge Flat. A proper concrete bridge. And that is the kind of action and development you get to with the PVPC administration. That's the kind of on the ground interaction you get from President Ali. Right? And man, look, Pam, the Ganga Bridge experts to come out and say the bridge in Bill good or something. I ain't key. The government is doing what they have to do. The government is doing what they have to do. Now, yesterday I had a video to show you guys about the New Amsterdam hospital and campus that is going to be constructed there at Palmyra. And I didn't get to show it to you yesterday. So let's have a quick look today before we wrap up the program. and the wicked one, people. Huh? In 5 years, we had any new hospital built from scratch? So, Apostle London talking about highways built from scratch. In 2050 to 2020, which new hospital we had built from scratch, right? Imagine we had a hospital that was already infrastructurally there, and you couldn't even put things in it to look after people during COVID. Remind you, that is the only health facility that came on board, national health facility that came on board during the coalition's period. COVID hospital there, which was the hotel, right? And all they could have done was aesthetic work outside. No oxygen, bed, nothing, place empty. You understand what's going on? I can guarantee you that will not be the case with the New Amsterdam campus, hospital campus. Definitely not. But, guys, that's all the time I got for today. It was wonderful being here with you. Let's continue to be good Guyanese. Let's look out for the school kids who are on the road again, going through their paces as school has reopened. And all I can say is make sure that you look out for I get it like in Kosi. But y'all have a great day. And I will see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember, it's all about peace, love, one Guyana.
They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we develop this nation. It's Guyana, the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one.